Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, Nerdmodon, and I'll be doing a gameplay commentary over some Black Ops 2. For this particular episode, I'll be talking a little bit about the channel, but I also want to segment a good proportion of it by getting community feedback. This is a great opportunity for me to figure out what is a necessary direction for my channel. And it's definitely a way for me to take feedback from you guys to see what I can advance in, because, you know, as much as I would like to think that I'm doing pretty good and I make pretty good content, in the reality of it, it's nowhere on par of where some of the AAA guys on YouTube are doing. And I need to start subjecting myself to feedback, and I also need you guys to be a little harsher in the comments than maybe you already are. And most of you guys are usually really kindful, and I appreciate that. And I'm not telling you guys to all of a sudden become, a little bit more aggressive by any means. But with that said, of course, I would like to just take more feedback. I want it to strike the heart of me just a little bit more than, all the fake smiles and telling me I'm doing a great job. Because in reality, if I was doing a great job, I would see more of a dynamic change, and I also see a bigger growth chart. And that's just something to take into account. It's not on your guys' fault. All of you guys that like the videos, support them, and do everything you can. I appreciate that. It means the world to me. I definitely would love to do this, to continue onward with my channel. I'd love to definitely bring forth better content to you guys, but at the same expense, I would also like to take a moment to let you guys know that I do need feedback. Feedback is the primary reason why channels can either succeed or fail, and that's a huge proportion of it. Granted, at one time the like button was probably one of the most notorious ways to prove that, but nowadays the like button is not as worth as much as it was maybe 4 years ago. And that's just a little example, of course. A lot of the feedback that you guys can give is simply by doing one thing. That seems pretty common on black and white paper, but depending on the topic, it can definitely be one of those things that maybe is not too interesting to you. And that is audience retention. Audience retention is basically watching the video. The longer you watch the video, the higher the percentage of the user gets to their channel. If you watch a video all the way through, you contribute a lot more than just a simple like or a simple comment or sharing or favoriting or whatever the circumstance is. YouTube is working on a different format now, and it's a pretty good format. I think I definitely appreciate it. I think it's a little different than, just having people spam the like button below and definitely grow off that put. But with that said, audience retention can definitely be the leading success or the leading failure of a channel. And I've definitely seen both of those circumstances. I've had videos that do extremely successful and uphold really high retention rates, and I've also had videos that unfortunately don't get too much retention, and that's to be expected. No commentator on YouTube is successful in any mannerism, no matter how much, the community might think or how much they might press onto you. Now, with this said, guys, I wanted to kind of segment right into the centralized topic instead of talking about the YouTube format and all that kind of stuff, because that only gets so interesting if you're a content creator. If you're just a viewer and you enjoy some stuff after school or work, probably doesn't mean a whole lot to you. And at one time, it didn't mean a whole lot to me either, so I can definitely coincide with that. But I want to quickly start off by saying, guys, I do appreciate, again, all the support you guys give to the channel. It has been one heck of a ride, that is for sure. I've definitely enjoyed every lasting minute of it. And I'm not leaving by any means. That might, push you guys to believe that I'm still here. I'm going to be here for as long as it takes. And taking can definitely be something of a different format. I do enjoy making videos. I think it's probably one of the most entertaining things that I do on a day-to-day basis. And I definitely love bringing forth content to you guys. Granted, I might not make videos like Frankie in 1080p that are extremely edited and they look absolutely gorgeous like cinematic montages. But I definitely think I have a position where, I do enjoy talking. I do enjoy, having a topic and trying to segment that and doing research on it to bring it forth to you guys in maybe a different characteristic. I've definitely spent a lot of time and money to advance my setup over the couple of years that I've been doing this. You guys have known, some of you guys that are really far on the beginning of my channel will know that, I didn't definitely have the best render settings or the best commentary or anything like that. And even if you go back and find those videos, you will definitely see that I've come a long way. And I've definitely had the opportunity to meet some of the most amazing people on YouTube as well. In the last episode, I talked about some of the biggest commentators I've met, and there's a lot of them. I've met quite a bit. Most of them were on my friends list at one time or another, but you can only be friends with people that appear online. Unfortunately, a lot of the commentators that I met are offline kind of people. They play offline, they do all that stuff offline, so you don't really get to communicate or have a conversation with them on an intellectual standpoint. And that's fine. I can definitely see why they appear offline. I'm sure most of you guys can probably imagine the amount of swarming that would happen if they were online all the time. But with that said, of course, doing YouTube alone is definitely different than doing it with like a group or a party or a centralized bunch of guys or girls that all have something in common. At one time, Kryvosh I thought was going to be my backbone to my channel because, he was a great guy. I enjoyed him. I talked with him every single day, 365 days a year. We'd have great conversations. We would just randomly say funny quotes about another person that we knew at one time or another, and it was a great time. But unfortunately, Kryvosh doesn't really appear on Skype anymore, and I don't really have communications with him, so I'm kind of at a loss there. I don't really have somebody to work off of that has the same hobbies or the same ideas I do. And that's fine, and nothing against him. I still think Kryvosh is probably one of the better editors that I know, and he's definitely done some great work in the past for me, and I look forward to hopefully seeing what his channel will become, of course. But with that said, it's kind of hard to do YouTube by yourself. If you look at all the big channels around you, you all realize that they all work off of each other, or they're a group of people that are always in the same videos. And why do they do that? Well, it's because you can bring forth audiences. But in my circumstance, I'm not really, I guess you could say, I'm not really looking forward to finding people to almost, in a sense, use them for that position. And that's not what I want to do. I would always, want to do YouTube by myself. I've always wanted to build my channel and know that it was just me that did it. Granted, in the reality of it, I didn't really build anything. You guys, as a community, came forth and built my channel. That's how it works out. You look at all the biggest channels there are on YouTube, well, in reality, they're just the backbone of the content. You guys are the main structure when it comes to building the channel. You guys are the ones building every single ounce of it to the success or the notion that it is implemented by the community. But with that said, of course, there's always a reason for feedback. There's always a reason to bring forth better content. There's never an excuse that I should position you guys in or place you in to realize that I can't do better. And I've wanted to do better, believe it or not. I have definitely wanted to do some pretty outstanding projects. I've definitely wanted to present some of the better content to you guys. But unfortunately, when it comes to editing, that is not my cup of tea. I mean, I know some simple stuff like some fading, cross-fading, transition, stuff like that. But I'm definitely in no means necessary somebody that has a clue on how to do some of this GFX stuff or animation or anything like that. And it's always been one of my goals to learn how to do it, but when it comes to finding people that want to implement or take you under their arm and teach you, that's not something where I had the privilege of definitely understanding or having somebody come forth to do. And, I would still love to do it. If one of you guys have a clue to how to do it, that'd be awesome. I'd love to learn how to do it because it seems like something that is very cool. It seems like something that could add a lot of dynamic to the channel. But what my main question for you guys is, without talking and going over analytics and stuff like that, the whole YouTube format and success and failure rates, I want to ask you guys, what would you like to see come to my channel? Is there a particular game that you guys want to see an absolute ton of content for? I know we have Battlefield 4 coming very soon. We have Call of Duty, Titanfall, Destiny, DayZ hopefully will release this year, but I doubt the final version is. It'll probably get pushed back another year or two like it has in the past. But I want to know, what do you guys want to see? And within those videos, what centralized things do you want me to focus on? Do you guys want to know real-life topics? Do you guys want me to bring up a series? If you guys have ideas for series or any feedback that you guys would like to let me know, let me know. And again, let me know in the most, kind, but at the same expense, push the comment to me directly. Let me know that, hey, this needs to be adjusted because I don't appreciate it, or because I want your channel to do better. A lot of you guys always say in the comments, and I see it all the time, and it makes me, really strive for a better position on YouTube, is that you say I deserve more subs, or I deserve more views, or whatever the circumstance is. But when it comes to the reality of it, why do I deserve those? What makes me in a position to allow other people to notify them of my channel? What makes my content better than somebody else's, and what makes my content worse than somebody else's? And that's what I would like to know. I'd like to know if you guys really desire super editing, capabilities within videos. You guys like transitions and, lens flares and all that kind of stuff, and better quality audio. What is it that makes you guys as a community come forth and say, this is what I like to see? Are you guys, commentary kind of people, montage people, gameplay with no audio or music in the background? Do you like cinematics? Do you like weapon guides, tips and tricks? What is your cup of tea? Because I would love to do those things, but I just don't know what you guys like. And I know the more of you guys that there are, the harder it becomes to gauge what centralized position I should be taking and what path is the correct path. But this will at least allow me to figure out what content works and what content maybe I need to scrap. Maybe you guys don't enjoy Payday 2. I enjoy it personally. But if I'm the only one enjoying it, that doesn't leave me at a position to push that onto you guys and say, well, hey, this is the videos I like, so you guys have to watch it. That's not a way that a successful channel grows, and that's not how this stuff works out. It doesn't need to work that way. It needs to work as a combined operation to bring forth the best content that I can to you guys. So guys, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to make this episode talking about a few things, and I would really love if you guys would take a couple of moments to let me know on, what particular things you guys would like to see evolved, and I look forward to reading your responses. But this has been NMO, guys, and it's my time to check out, and I'll see you guys in the next installment. Peace.